Good evening, everyone, and thanks for joining us. I'm Peter Dubois.
And I'm Beth Jones. First tonight, a man is in custody after an incident in which the alleged victim says a gun was pointed at him.
According to Penobscot County Sheriff's Corporal Ryan Fitch, a man called 911 to report someone had pointed a gun at him during a physical altercation. Deputies responded to the scene where Corporal Fitch says those present did not cooperate with authorities. A Maine State Police K-9 team was called in to search for the gun, but it was not found. The sheriff's office says ultimately 58-year-old Jeffrey Lewis, who's from the Glenburn area, was arrested on assault and drug possession charges. No one was seriously injured in the incident.
Well, the Bangor Police Department is again asking for the public's help locating a missing man. Despite many calls regarding potential sightings from the public, Graham Locker still hasn't been found. Graham's family has been searching for him since he walked away from the Dorothea Dix Psychiatric Center on June 6th. A statewide silver alert remains active on this case. If you live in Bangor and have information on his potential location, contact the Bangor Police Department. And if you live outside of Bangor, contact your local law enforcement agency. More information about this case can be found on the Facebook page Missing Graham Locker.
The Ellsworth Police Department is trying to find the rightful owner of a large sum of money. Officials say it was found December 11th along the sidewalk near the Circle K store. The police department hopes to hear from the person who lost it. You'll have to identify the amount of money and what it was in when it was discovered, though, to reclaim it.
Well, TSA agents at the Portland Jetport caught someone trying to travel with weapons. Officers detected this homemade firearm in a man's carry-on bag, and they also found a hatchet. Portland police responded and confiscated the firearm. This is the third firearm detection at the Portland Jetport this year.
The Maine Department of Transportation has temporarily closed a bridge in Old Town. The Llewellyn-Estes Bridge, also called the Stillwater Avenue Bridge, has been closed since 10 p.m. tonight. It will reopen at approximately 4 a.m. tomorrow morning. The closure is necessary while the Old Town Water District secures a water pipe that's hanging underneath the bridge. There will be a detour set up while the closure is in place, but it's around a 5-mile trip on that detour, so you should plan accordingly. There is a chance that there will be more closures next week to complete that work. We'll keep you updated on that.
Well, Governor Mills is urging Mainers to sign up for affordable health insurance through coverme.gov today. Now, today is the last day to sign up for the program to avoid a gap in coverage in 2023. You have until midnight to sign up for insurance on what the governor calls Maine's health insurance marketplace. New insurance coverage starts January 1st. Now, you still have a chance to sign up after the deadline as well. If you sign up between December 16th and January 15th, you still get coverage, but it will take effect February 1st of 2023. Check out coverme.gov for more information.
U.S. Senator Susan Collins announced today the housing authorities in Ellsworth and Brewer will receive roughly $260,000 from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. That money comes through its Resident Opportunity and Self-Sufficiency Service Coordinator program. In a statement, the senator said, quote, "The dedicated staff at housing authorities throughout Maine work hard to link seniors, individuals with disabilities, and low-income individuals and families with access to an array of programs that help them improve their living conditions and achieve economic independence," end quote. Now, the purpose of the program is to help residents of public housing make progress towards economic and housing self-sufficiency by removing the educational, professional, and health barriers they face.
Well, with snow in the forecast, the Maine DOT is boosting its efforts to recruit more help. The department will be putting out hiring ads on social media in the coming weeks to help fill plow truck driver openings this winter. DOT is offering increased pay, competitive benefits, and on-the-job training for new hires. They say they are ready for the upcoming storm, but with more than 8,000 miles of roads to clear, they will take all the help they can get. And I certainly don't blame them. That is a lot of plowing to do. We certainly appreciate their efforts.
Absolutely. Yeah, you know, it's one of those things you may not think about as much when we get a storm. Everyone's thinking about how are we going to deal with this, but
right.
Lots
Shoveling.
of hardworking men and women out on the roads keeping them clear for us.
Yeah.
So really appreciative of that.
Thank you so much. Our first weather is brought to you by Saliba's Rug Cleaners, Maine's largest rug cleaning destination for over 70 years. Temperature is definitely not in the 70s. It feels more like a winter day. We were hovering in those lower 40s today. Same thing by the coast. Couple of mid-30s up north, but big changes are on the way. We do have some increase in cloud cover right now. No precipitation in the state, but take a look just down south. Look at New York. They're right at that rain and snow line just below it. So that it is raining in New York City, but look at PA. Upstate New York is getting some really heavy snowfall. They're going to get close to a foot of snowfall. Here in town, we're going to get some more snow as well. And that's why we have some winter storm watches in the area and some winter storm warnings that already have been posted. So get ready. Tonight, we're in the clear, though. We'll see temperatures continuing to cool off, pretty much hovering in those lower 30s.
All right, Comrade, thanks so much. Still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, how school systems around the state of Maine are starting to see the impact of illnesses like the flu.
And residents of Bucksport are expressing upset about the town's decision to remove a nativity scene. Those stories and more local news when we come right back.
Oh, that's normal. Wow.
This holiday season, get 2.9% APR for 48 months plus 500 trade assist cash on a new 2023 Forte.
Oh no! Son of a nutcracker. This is what I get for eating all those cookies. Hey, Roto-Rooter, I got a big clog for you. I'm stuck in the chimney. Again. Yep, I'm the clog. Any chance you could fa-la-la over here?
For all your holiday plumbing needs, Roto-Rooter can save the day.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Say goodbye to lag times and death spirals with our crazy fast fiber internet. At GoNet Speed, we've dropped our prices on fiber. That means hello to fast fiber internet starting at just $49.95 per month. Or go up to 1 gig, that's 1,000 megabits per second, for only $69.95 a month. The lowest prices we've ever offered. No contract, no hidden fees, no joke. Visit GoNetspeed.com to check availability in your area.
You came ahead the missing persons unit to find my son.
And I won't let these families go through what I went through.
Where are they?
Coming up on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from the Milo Food Pantry regarding what specific needs they need to meet this holiday season. Plus, the Bangor Police Department partnered with the Bangor Target store for the Shop with a Cop event Thursday night. We'll hear how that will benefit local families. Plus, we'll hear how we're going to get a bunch of snow coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Welcome back, everyone. Bangor police officers helped spread some holiday cheer tonight, offering the chance to shop with the cop at Target. The annual event pairs officers with 5 deserving families as they go on a shopping spree. Sergeant Jason McCambly says the officers look forward to the event every year.
It's a little bit of public relations to see that we're people. We can be nice. We're not here to take away your freedom or give you a ticket or something like that. And, yeah, help shop. Brings out the kid in you.
Well, Shop with a Cop is made possible thanks to a generous donation by the owner of CNL Aviation Group, Chris Kilgour, who says it feels good to be able to give back to the community.
It's a little bit of public relations to see that we're people. We can be nice. We're not here to take away your freedom or give you a ticket or something like that.
Well, The gifts were brought back to the Bangor Police Department to be expertly wrapped. I'd like to confirm their credentials as wrapping experts, and then delivered back to those families. The school systems around the state of Maine are starting to see the impact of illnesses like the flu. Just this past week, schools in the Cumberland area switched to remote learning due to staff and student illnesses. Bangor High School nurse Heather Haskins says it's been a really difficult year containing the flu.
Been pretty busy this year with the flu. There's been a lot of illness. There's been the common cold. There's been the flu. We've had some COVID. We've had some RSV. So we're getting hit with a lot this season.
According to Haskins, the school department looks at absentees by illnesses when determining its next steps and says they are not near the current threshold of 15%, with only 2 schools actually near the threshold.
Some residents in Bucksport are upset about the town's decision to remove its nativity scene. Our Matthew Jurancic has more.
It kind of expresses all the freedoms that we exist, that we have to promote ourselves or promote our faith, and it's not in a pushy manner.
That is one reaction a Bucksport resident had after learning that their beloved nativity scene that has been put in town for dozens of years during the holiday season was taken down.
Of course, the nativity scene has a very personal significance to me, but also it's part of the heritage of Bucksport and of America.
The decision was made by the town after the main chapter of the Freedom from Religious Foundation requested to put its Bill of Rights banner around the same spot as the nativity scene.
I contacted the town's attorney to find out what the town's legal obligations were in regard to this request, and learned that if the town had up a display that was considered to be religious in nature, that it had to allow for a secular type of display as well.
If displayed, the banner would be celebrating the bill's adoption, showing America's founding fathers and the Statue of Liberty looking down at the Bill of Rights.
And while many residents are upset about the current situation, Mr. Waddell tells us that there is a solution to this problem.
They may decide to give it to a church, and that church may ask the Jed Prouty house behind us to put it on their private property. That would be a win-win situation.
However, with this topic being discussed at Thursday's town council meeting, Lessard is proposing an idea that would work best for both parties.
Puts the manger back in its location on the fountain, and designates another area on Main Street near the Veterans Memorial Park. It's a space for private holiday displays.
Matthew Jurancic, ABC 7 and Fox 22.
And coming up on the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22, there is rare bipartisan consensus in Washington about something needing to be done about the Chinese-run TikTok.
And ahead of the holidays, the White House unveils a plan to deal with a potential surge in COVID. We'll have those stories and much more as the 10 p.m. news on Fox 22 continues.
Let me ask you a question. Do you do it every night? I mean, every night? Well, Jordan's customers do, and you could too. Come visit Bridget, get fitted for the right mattress, and you'll do it every night too, getting a great night's sleep.
This holiday season, may your days be bright and merry.
Thank you. That means a lot.
Young Sheldon is bringing you the gift of laughter.
Come on, Jesus, it's for your birthday. Help me out.
The gift of fun.
Video games are for children.
You are a child. I just blew the hot off your SpaghettiOs.
And don't forget, the gift of family.
I'm the glue that holds our family together.
We're having a moment here. Don't ruin it.
Unwrap the gift of young Sheldon.
Weekdays at 6 on Fox 22.
Let's face it, getting training and experience is hard, but at Loring Job Corps, we can help. From certifications in automotive technology, obtaining your CDL, or learning building trades, we have you covered. Maybe you prefer joining the high-tech world of computer networking or cybersecurity. We have that as well. Don't delay, get in the driver's seat to your future today. And the best part, Loring Job Corps is free. Receive free training, free meals, and even free housing. Call or go to jobcorps.gov/Loring. Job Corps careers begin here.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
It's about character. It's about belief. Break! It's about trust.
This is not an adventure race. This is a military selection.
Do I still have that fire?
They've entered our world. They will play by our rules.
Dear Elliot, we thought purchasing a mattress would be confusing, but the experience at Jordan's Sleep Lab was really different and easy. We are now doing it every night, getting a great night's sleep every night. Thank you.
Experience the difference at Jordan's.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
There's currently a rare bipartisan consensus in Washington that something must be done about the Chinese-run TikTok app. Fox's Aisha Hasni has the latest.
She should make it a priority.
Senator Josh Hawley putting pressure on House Speaker Nancy Pelosi after she wouldn't commit to bringing his bill, which bans TikTok on government devices, to the House floor for a vote before the end of this Congress, despite Democrats supporting it.
Absolutely necessary to take greater precaution.
Even passing it through the Senate Thursday night by unanimous consent.
I don't know that will be on the agenda next week, but let's see.
While Hawley's bill stalls, a separate but also bipartisan bill was just introduced to ban the popular app outright. Senator Marco Rubio and Representatives Mike Gallagher and Raja Krishnamurthy want to ban all transactions from any social media company in or under the influence of China, Russia, and several other foreign countries of concern.
That's a national security threat, but it's a direct threat to our way of life, our economics. It's allowed them to interfere in the midterm elections.
Since TikTok entered the U.S. market, Democrats and Republicans have been concerned about potential spying, but also its negative impact on young Americans. Researchers at the nonprofit Center for Countering Digital Hate found TikTok's algorithms can begin recommending content about eating disorders and self-harm to kids as young as 13 years old within the first 30 minutes of signing up. But Senate Intelligence Committee Chairman Mark Warner suggests TikTok isn't all bad and can continue to exist as long as the Justice Department can regulate it.
There are a lot of creative things that happen on TikTok. This is not an all bad platform, but there are huge risks.
And several Republican governors are now taking matters into their own hands by banning TikTok on state-issued devices. In fact, Governor Brian Kemp of Georgia, the latest to do that. On Capitol Hill, I'm Aisha Hasni, Fox News.
Well, we are less than a week away from what some are predicting will be chaos along the southern border. The end of Title 42 asylum rules is expected to produce a massive run of illegal immigration. Members of both parties are urging President Biden to act. Fox's Bill Malugin is in Eagle Pass, Texas, with the latest.
It's a chilly December night in El Paso, Texas, and these migrants are homeless, camping on the streets, preparing for a night of bitter cold after they were released from Border Patrol custody. The migrant surge also overwhelming local shelters as this unprecedented crisis seems headed for a potential breaking point, with Title 42 set to drop next week. And there is no reprieve coming, as new Fox News video shows over 1,000 migrants camped at the border wall in El Paso last night, waiting to be let in for processing after they crossed the Rio Grande illegally. CBP sources tell Fox News the El Paso sector has already seen over 139,000 migrant encounters since October 1st. That's enough to fill up LA's SoFi Stadium twice, and it reflects a 255% increase over the same time last year. Border Patrol's Del Rio sector continues to be inundated as well. Fox News drone footage shows yet another single group of several hundred migrants who have crossed illegally there. CBP sources tell Fox the Del Rio sector has seen nearly 116,000 migrant encounters since October 1st. That's enough to fill up the big house at the University of Michigan, and it's a 56% increase over last year, which was the highest in the sector's history.
Our resources are stretched when we apprehend 2,000 people a day. We're already at 8,000. By January, we can expect to see between 10 to 12,000, and then it could just go up from there.
And in the Rio Grande Valley, Border Patrol seized over 3,000 pounds of liquid meth disguised as bleach in Clorox bottles. The street value, nearly $100 million. It was the third largest meth seizure in Border Patrol history. And earlier this evening, Border Patrol in the Rio Grande Valley announced their agents arrested 2 illegal immigrants with homicide convictions, including one with a previous conviction for murder of a peace officer in Los Angeles, another convicted of homicide in the state of Virginia. Reporting in Eagle Pass, Texas, Bill Malugin, Fox News.
Nearly 18 months after its formation, the January 6th House Select Committee is wrapping up the bulk of its work. It's releasing its final report, placing former President Trump at the center of the conspiracy to overturn the 2020 election results. Fox's Madeline Rivera reports from Washington.
In his farewell speech to Congress, Republican Adam Kinzinger spared no words against his party. GOP members have disavowed Kinzinger and fellow outgoing Republican Liz Cheney for serving on the January 6 committee.
The once great party of Lincoln, Roosevelt, and Reagan has turned its back on the ideals of liberty and self-governance. Instead, it has embraced lies and deceit.
The committee is getting ready to release its final report next week. After more than 1,000 interviews and through the course of 10 public hearings, the panel laid out what it calls a multi-pronged campaign by former President Trump and his allies to secure him a second term.
I think that they conducted the business with the seriousness it deserves. The fact that it's about our national security, it's about our democracy.
Although the committee hasn't finalized criminal referrals and other recommendations, Kinzinger has made it clear he believes Trump committed a crime.
We've made that clear. He knew what was happening prior to January 6th. He pressured the Justice Department officials to say, hey, just say the election was stolen and leave the rest to me.
House Minority Leader Kevin McCarthy is vowing to probe the work of the committee once Republicans take back the House next month.
And we'd want to get to the bottom. We'd want to not to play politics like the Democrats pick and choose.
Chairman Benny Thompson also hasn't ruled out the possibility of releasing new evidence when the committee holds its last public meeting on Monday. In Washington, Madeline Rivera, Fox News.
Well, the White House rolling out more details on how they're trying to combat a triple-demic this holiday season as COVID and flu cases continue to rise. Fox's Lauren Blanchard is in Washington with more. And it looks like we are having some technical issues with that particular story. Meanwhile, we are learning more about the fate of an American citizen freed in a prisoner exchange with Russia on Wednesday night. Fox's Nate Foy has that story from Kyiv.
As the war in Ukraine grinds on, another American has been freed from Russian captivity. Suwaidi Murakezi, a U.S. Air Force veteran, was detained by Russian forces in June. He was allegedly tortured when the Russians found old pictures of him in his military uniform. It's still not clear if he was fighting alongside the Ukrainians or just an American in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Despite Russia's propaganda to portray themselves as victims, it's important to remember that Russia is the aggressor here.
The prisoner swap comes as Russia is ramping up its air attacks on Ukraine's energy infrastructure, causing massive blackouts throughout the country as the fighting intensifies on the front lines. The commander of the Georgian Legion, considered one of the best fighting units in Ukraine, tells us this is a deliberate tactic by Moscow.
It's a revenge because we are winning them at the front lines.
But more help could be coming soon. The U.S. reportedly preparing to send the powerful Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine, a move backed by most lawmakers on Capitol Hill.
I think it's important that you create a virtual Iron Dome. So a Patriot system is welcome.
And most effective right now is being able to attack the missiles that are coming in, cruise missiles and other missiles.
Russia issuing a warning to the United States on Thursday, saying if the U.S. sends the Patriot missile defense system to Ukraine, it will be seen as a, quote, provocation. Reporting in Kyiv, Ukraine, I'm Nate Foy, Fox News.
All right, and still to come on Fox 22 News at 10, how Dyer's Hope House Food Pantry is offering a special gift to those who visit throughout the month of December.
And in sports, Husson women's basketball has won 3 in a row. Find out what's been clicking for the Eagles. We'll be right back.
Happy holidays from all of us right here at Family Feud.
Weeknights at 7 on Fox 22.
It's nice to unwind after a long week of telling people how Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance so you only pay for what you need. Is it natural? Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty. Brought in Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein.
Those who tried me felt more energy in just 2 weeks. Here, I'll take that.
Ensure Max Protein with 30 grams of protein, 1 gram of sugar, and nutrients for immune health.
Hey, it's Eric from Green Bear 420. We've been in business since 2010 and going strong, so stop in and check us out. We specialize in glass art by over 100 local artists and even have live glass blowing. Plus, we carry incense, novelties, t-shirts, and hard-to-find items. We have tons of local products for the tie-dye wearing person in your circle of friends. Come see us at 531 Moosehead Trail in Newport. And remember, Green Bear 420, it's not just a store, it's a lifestyle.
Nearly all commercial vehicles carry big insurance policies. So if you're hurt by one of these box trucks, or by a garbage truck, or by any kind of commercial vehicle, you may have a big case worth big money. But they don't just give that money up. You need someone who's going to fight for it. That's exactly why you need to call the Twos. I'm Jim with Lowry & Associates. If you've been hurt by any commercial truck, call the Twos. We win for you.
Hurt by a commercial truck? Call the Twos. Call 222-2222.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Welcome to your family fun entertainment center, Movie Rocket Entertainment Galaxy. Movie Rocket has newly renovated cinemas, and the Starcade features all the best video and arcade games around. Movie Rocket, 268 Odland Road in Bangor, and at movierocketbangor.com.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
I did what I did because I had to.
I'm gonna make this right. You have my word.
This is a nightmare.
How am I the bad guy? He's dangerous.
You can tell me the truth. Don't you want it to stop?
The White House rolling out more details on how they're trying to combat a triple-demic this holiday season as COVID and flu cases are on the rise. Fox's Lauren Blanchard has more from Washington.
The White House is warning there's a triple health threat this winter. They're worried about a surge in COVID, flu, and RSV cases, especially after families gather for the holidays.
We are focused on ensuring that the U.S. is prepared for this winter, no matter what the virus throws at us.
Dr. Ashish Jha believes RSV has hit its peak, but COVID and flu are still on the rise. The Biden administration also announced people can once again order 4 free rapid COVID tests to their door. The tests will come from the national stockpile and will begin to ship out soon.
We're seeing cases increase in about 90% of the country, so it is sort of rising in lots of places across the country.
The White House is also asking people to get updated COVID boosters and their flu shot to help keep more hospital beds empty.
The most important thing Americans can do is to go get their updated COVID-19 vaccine.
Plus, adding to the concern, the Food and Drug Administration announced there is a shortage of the widely used antibiotic amoxicillin. It's not the only drug in short supply. Over-the-counter medicines people are using to treat their respiratory illnesses are also proving harder to find, especially for nervous parents.
Right now, my primary wholesaler is showing zeros across the board for anything over the counter for cold, flu, fever. Children's, there's nothing at all.
The administration has re-upped their call on Congress to provide more COVID-19 funding. They say it will help them stay ahead of another outbreak. In Washington, Lauren Blanchard, Fox News.
Meanwhile, a fun sailing trip between friends turned into a 10-day ordeal. The two men and a dog got lost at sea after a storm knocked them off course. Fox's David Lee Miller has more on how they survived.
It was just kind of a small miracle that we were found at all.
Kevin Hyde and Joe DiDamaso of Cape May, New Jersey, are thankful to be alive after spending 10 days lost at sea. The longtime friends and a small dog named Minnie were traveling from New Jersey to Florida when a storm swept their sailboat off course shortly after a stop in North Carolina's Outer Banks on December 3rd.
The scariest part when that boom came down, it's a 50-foot high for the sails, and that broke.
After losing their mast in the storm, the men began drifting at sea with no gas, no food, and barely any water.
We didn't have no more water left, nothing. We're sucking water out of the water lines.
DiDamaso says he relied on prayer to keep going.
At the cross of Jesus, every morning I would wake up, kiss it, and say to our Father.
After their families reported them missing, the Coast Guard launched a massive effort to find them on Sunday. Planes, helicopters, boats, and the U.S. Navy searching more than 21,000 square miles of sea for any signs of life. In the end, it was an oil tanker that spotted them, waving their arms for help. The ship used a cargo net to bring them on board.
God sent a Silver Moon ship to save them because we didn't receive any distress signal, nothing.
The men say they now plan to spend the holidays at home and stay close to land for the next few weeks. In New York, David Lee Miller, Fox News.
Cleanup efforts are underway as folks across Louisiana come to terms with their new reality after tornadoes slam parts of the South. Fox Weather's Robert Ray has more from Aruba, Louisiana.
The house moved off the foundation like I took a ride. It lifted it, the house lifted, and it went down real hard, and I'm in the closet. And I felt it.
Teams from the National Weather Service are on the ground in Louisiana on Thursday after a deadly storm tore through the southeast part of the state, knocking down trees and power lines and leveling homes. So far, the teams confirmed 3 tornadoes did, in fact, touch down near several cities.
Didn't have any idea. I thought it was just going to be a bad rainstorm. Had no clue it was going to be like this.
The storm's turning deadly for 2 communities. In Caddo Parish, a mother and her son were killed after a tornado hit their home. And in Kelowna, a woman died when a system tore through the area. Right now, tens of thousands of homes and businesses are still without power.
There was a whole patio that is now sitting in front of Rupel Middle School 3.5 blocks away from here. So it picked it up here and it brought it 3.5 blocks away.
Wind gusts shattering windows, like in this video from Iberia Medical Center. Some folks say they have no choice but to, once again, pick up the pieces and get ready for the long road ahead.
This house still had some damage and still fighting insurance from the last hurricane. So I don't know where I'm going to be now.
We got a lot of work to do ahead of us, but I think that in the end we're going to be okay because the people in this community pull together.
The National Weather Service will continue surveying areas hit by these tornadoes. In Arabi, Louisiana, Robert Ray, Fox Weather.
Meanwhile, wildfires are getting more frequent, expensive, and widespread. And while there's little we can do about the climate changes fueling the fires, we can get better at predicting where they'll be. Fox's Eben Brown has more in this edition of Fox on Tech.
It is no secret wildfires are growing more frequent, more expensive, more widespread, and more sustained than ever before. And now the tech integration company SAIC wants to use a new type of artificial intelligence to fight those fires by using predictive analysis before they start and AI logistics to help contain them.
They need to understand where fires can occur, where they're occurring and where they're going. And even after the fire, what happens after that?
The new software uses familiar techniques to produce a next-generation outcome, processing and analyzing huge amounts of data, along with human observations, to put answers in the hands of decision-makers in real time, including where to deploy resources and what areas might be in danger.
From remote sensing, from satellites, we get it from other types of data, surface data, observations of any type that can go in there and be processed through this technique.
But SAIC says it is still not enough. They're developing a fourth generation of artificial intelligence they call artificial intuition, an algorithm that actually replicates the human brain's thought process, meaning the program could eventually learn to think for itself, saving time, money, and lives.
We're looking more at the way the human brain thinks, and this technique that we have can do that. So it takes a lot less data. It looks at the complexity of that data.
Now, in 2021, we spent nearly $4 billion fighting wildfires in the U.S. That's nearly double what we spent the year before. In Miami, Eben Brown, Fox News.
Well, Dyer's Hope House Food Pantry is offering a special gift to those who visit throughout the month of December. The food pantry is giving away homemade stockings with small gifts inside. 2 local quilting groups donated their time and materials to create the stockings. Trelba Rollins quilted some pot holders to fill the stockings, and Worcester's Wild Blueberries chipped in as well, donating 100 small bottles of their wild blueberry honey.
Our board of directors decided that we'd make this a little bit small but special effort for the clients this year. We put out the feelers around town and around the region, and people stood up and they actually made the stockings.
Even better knocks on the door.
Yes.
The food pantry is open Thursdays from 9 a.m. to 1 p.m.
It's really cool, listening to that interview. He said that they made a post basically on Facebook just to see what they would get out of that. Mm-hmm. And they got a ton of response from a lot of different people in the community. So really cool to see different people chipping in there to make other people's Christmas and holiday season just really special.
Just a little dash of joy. It takes so little and it means a lot.
Yeah.
All righty. Well, we have our full 5-day coming right up. Stay with us.
Increasing cloud cover, guess why? More snow is on the way. Winter isn't even here, but it feels like winter already because more snow will be moving in. When and how much will we get? I'll have all the answers coming up.
Look! It's easy to say things. Anyone can do that.
Look closer.
Meaning what you say, that's a little harder. And a little harder to find. But at U.S. Cellular, when we say you get unlimited data for $29.99 per line, we don't mean only if you get 4 lines. We mean $29.99 per line, even 1. Plus, every plan is price protected for every customer.
I'm a former Marine, and if you're a member of the Marine family, listen up. If you or a family member served in the Corps between the 1950s and 80s and were diagnosed with cancer or other ailments, you may be entitled to compensation. Even if you're unaware of where your family member was stationed, Justice for Marines may finally be here. There's a limited time to file your claim. Call now to get the justice you may deserve.
Call Joe, a powerful law firm that understands your service and will fight for you with a commitment you deserve.
Hanks Husqvarna is your full-line Husqvarna dealer with 2 convenient locations, 32 Old State Road in Carmel and 19 Moosehead Trail in Newport. Whether it's tractors and zero-turns, chainsaws to trimmers, or pressure washers to snowblowers, everything is set up, serviced, and ready to go by our certified Husqvarna technician. And all sales are backed by our in-house Husqvarna warranty.
For parts, service, or sales, stop in to Hanks Husqvarna, Carmel or Newport.
You ain't living your best life?
My best life is when I have dragons to slay.
We're going to see heavy rains and a wide path of destruction.
It's raining frogs!
I'm sorry, did you say frogs?
That was even weirder than the volcano.
Nothing is as weird as lava at mini golf.
Just wait around a minute. Something awful's bound to happen.
911 Lone Star, season premiere, January 17th on Fox.
Wait for it, wait for it.
Wow!
Oh, my!
Congratulations, you are the champion.
Let the celebration begin.
And welcome back. It's Thursday. Our main weather is brought to you by Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop in Newport. Come check out our 3 floors of antique treasures and gifts in our renovated 1800s home. So big changes are on the way, folks. Get ready. This is the calm before the storm. we do have some winter storm watches in the area here in town and some winter storm warnings just to the west. So this is going to be a wintry system. Right now, we do have some increase in cloud cover. Not much going on in our state, but take a look just down south. The East Coast is getting hammered. Look at all the snow. Those darker shades of blue, that is some heavy, heavy snowfall, over an inch an hour of snowfall rate. So it's going to continue to pile up. Same thing like here. So we're going to get some snow showers pretty much around that noon time frame, especially in the afternoon tomorrow. Really picking up in intensity. A couple of rain showers actually right by the coast. And then that rain and snow line will be hovering right by the coast. But here in town, mostly snow. Maybe a couple of mixtures of some wintry precipitation. But overall, mostly snow. And it's going to start to accumulate, especially with those temperatures cooling off below freezing. Take a look. We're all going to get some snow. 5 inches to the east, 4.5 might be possible here in town. And of course, up north, 6, 7, maybe 8+ inches of snowfall will be possible. It's a bit windy outside right now, though, so hold your hats, folks. We do have a 15-mile-an-hour wind, gusts close to 25 to 30 miles per hour. The wind will be pretty calm the next day and a half, but look what happens into Friday, Saturday, especially. Saturday morning, we'll have wind gusts close to 40 miles per hour. With that snow in the area, it's going to really be blowing around. That visibility is going to be near zero. Temperatures earlier today, we're hovering close to 42 here in town, 40 by Bar Harbor, same thing by Rockland at 41, and Waterville at 41, some 30s up north. Our average should be in the 30s, some mid-30s for this time of year. Take a look at tomorrow. So tomorrow we're going to be hovering close to our average and pretty much right through the weekend and into next week, besides middle of next week when really cold air starts to move in, some really Arctic air, and we start to really cool down. Temperatures will be in the teens. Tonight, though, we'll be hovering slightly below freezing, around 30 degrees, mostly cloudy skies. Tomorrow, though, we'll be slightly above that freezing mark. A little bit of a rain and snow mix, but mostly rain and snow by the coast here in town. Mostly snow, but definitely expect some wintry precipitation at the start. Our extended forecast outlook does get pretty interesting. Look at tomorrow into Saturday, more chances of rain and snow. And once again for Sunday, temperatures at night, though, will drop below freezing. So that snow will start to freeze up and it will start to accumulate outside. Look at Monday into Tuesday. We start to clear up, lots of sunshine. Temperatures hovering in those mid-30s.
Definitely going to be an interesting weekend ahead with all of that weather heading our way.
Oh, for sure. Just in time for everybody to be rushing around doing their last-minute holiday shopping.
Yeah.
Could definitely put a dent in those plans.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, just another reminder to be extra careful while out on the roads.
For sure.
All right. Well, sports is coming up next with Tyler Cruz. Stay with us for that.
Hammond Lumber Company appreciates the communities that have supported Hammond's prosperity and growth over the years. The Hammond team is grateful for the opportunity to give back by supporting local causes that sustain strong, vibrant communities throughout Maine and New Hampshire. Hammond recognizes that they could not do this without your support. Thank you for choosing Hammond as your building project partner. Hammond Lumber Company, proud to serve local communities since 1953.
Welcome to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop in Brewer.
And some call me the King.
There are RC trucks, cars, crawlers, and parts aplenty. There are planes, metal detectors, and gear galore. I have decreed that all people can book birthday parties with their RC vehicles provided for all. We have indoor and outdoor tracks and crawling courses available. Bring yourself, your family, and friends to Kings Mountain RC and Hobby Shop, South Main Street, Brewer.
Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop is now open in Newport. Our unique building is a converted 1800s single-family home that we've given a new life to. A home for treasures, from antiques, collectibles, unique gifts, and so much more. Come make the rounds throughout the many rooms on all 3 floors as you wander back in time or find a unique gift that's perfect for that special someone or that hard to buy for a relative. So come visit us today. Leona May's Antique and Gift Shop, 147 Main Street, Newport.
Is this turkey next level or what?
You call that next level? Listen,
Your bird was going to give salmonella to Sam and Ella. My brined and roasted turkey. Now that's next level.
You can brine my turkey anytime.
Mom?
Next Level Chef premieres after the Super Bowl on Fox.
Oh, come on.
Tonight's Sports is brought to you by Engstrom's Auto Service in Guilford. We specialize in all foreign and domestic service and alignments.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some college hoops. Husson women's basketball has been rolling to open the year, and at 6-3, they've strung a few wins together before their winter break, and they're gearing up for another push at a NAC title. Ryan Sudol has the story.
Husson women's basketball is on a 3-game win streak as they head into holiday break.
I think it's just given us a lot of confidence in what we can do. We knew coming into the season that there were a lot of returners.
Last year, the Eagles made the NAC conference title game. They were led there by forward Bailey Donovan. She's taking the reins once again in her junior season.
I think Bailey's a really well-rounded player. She can shoot inside, obviously get the boards, but she can also step outside, even to the 3 range.
It's the people around me. What I do can't happen without them, so having a good support system off the court and on the court is what makes me the player that I am.
She's just a phenomenal player. Everybody's keying on her, and she just attracts so much attention that's really opening things up for the rest of the crew.
And sophomore guard Hannah Richards has taken advantage, averaging 11 points a game during the streak. The Old Town grad was a bit shy to start, but that's no longer the case.
For Hannah, she came in and she was quiet, and now her comfort level is much better.
As Hannah's come out of her shell, she has been a really big part of this team. She can do it all. She's a great all-around player.
With Hannah and all other pieces coming together, the Eagles are preparing for conference play. With a 6-3 record, head coach Kissy Walker is hopeful they will keep the momentum going.
So our whole goal is to strengthen our schedule so that it does prepare us for conference play, and we kind of keep pounding into the girls, telling them that you're only going to get better by playing strong competition, and so hopefully by the time we get there, their confidence level will be pretty good.
Reporting for ABC 7 Fox 22, I'm Ryan Sudol.
Thanks for that, Ryan. Looking forward to see what the Hawks can do when they pick up conference play. Let's go to the gridiron now. The Patriots won on Monday night over the Cardinals, so a quick-ish turnaround this week. They actually didn't even come back to Foxborough, holding their weekly practice and preparations at the University of Arizona. They're preparing for the 5-8 Las Vegas Raiders, led by a familiar face, Josh McDaniels. He took over the reins as head coach of the Raiders this offseason, and he's got a lot of weapons on offense. They've had a shaky start, though, losing a couple of one-possession games they've held big leads in. So, yeah, they're 5-8, but it could very well be different. And Coach Belichick knows his defense is going to have their hands full this Sunday in Sin City.
But I think when you look at them, you see, two very, very explosive players offensively and a great quarterback. Obviously, a good offensive system. Really, really well-balanced team that's just, a handful of plays away from being, probably in double-digit wins.
That should be an exciting one. Let's go to some high school sports now. Some action on the courts on Thursday night. We'll head to Herman for a matchup of two 2-0 squads. The Hawks and the Coyotes are going at it. Both won their first 2 games handedly. How about an early rematch of the Class B North Championship? This one in Herman, and we will start in the first quarter. Hawks early. The pass from Brooke Gallup is going to go inside to Bella Bowden, and she's going to cash in on the open layup. But the Yotes were just dominant in this one. Michaela Emerson, she's going to cash the pull-up triple right there at the top of the key. She was going off all night. On the defensive end, Allie Cameron looking for 2, but Sage Evans says not so fast. Great block by the junior, and then Evans with a nice save. Ball goes out to Emerson, and again, she cashes in from deep. Moving on to the second quarter now, it's Evans getting to the hole and getting the 2. Old Town gets revenge. 63-27 is the final. All right, now for some boys action, we are going to go to Orono for their home opener, hosting Herman. And this one was all Red Riots to start. A 19-0 run capped off by freshman Brady Hughes, laying it in off of the nice feed from Pierce Walston. Herman would end the run, though, on their next possession. Another freshman, Brody Hurd, puts it in off the glass for the Hawks' first points of the game. Let's move on now to the second quarter. Will Francis picks off the pass like he did all football season. He takes flight, and he throws it down. Will we count that as a dunk? Either way, the young fella got up there. He is fired up. Riot's up huge. End of the half, it's Hughes pulling up from three, right in the defense's face. Nothing but nylon. 49-11 at the half. Orono wins 93-38. Let's go to the Bruins now. They were in action on Thursday, hosting the Kings from Los Angeles. Best record in the league for the Bees, looking to keep it going. They're up 1-0 in the second, where we pick this up. Brad Marchand on the power play. He's going to rip this one top shelf. Bruins out to a 2-0 lead. They were up 2-0 entering the third. It's 2-1 now, and it's Adrian Kempe on the power play. That is going to tie things up past Linus Ullmark. No score through overtime, so it comes to this. Seventh round of the shootout. Trevor Moore is going to beat Ullmark. That's going to seal it for LA. They win it 3-2. And that's going to seal it for us. That's all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back after the break.
At Bouchard Cleaning, rebuilding and restoring means more than just another job. To us, it's about bringing back cherished memories, restoring unforgettable moments in time, and giving hope when all was thought to be lost. For over 35 years, our mission has remained the same. You keep the memories, we'll handle the rest. Statewide commercial and residential services. Bouchard Cleaning and Restoration.
If you've been hurt in a car accident, watch out. Watch out. The insurance company's job is to do what's best for them, not you.
Watch out. If you wait too long to hire a lawyer, it may hurt your case.
Don't trust that insurance company after your accident. You could miss out on a lot of money. Call the Twos and we'll watch out for you.
Lowry and Associates watched out for me and got me $150,000.
Call the Twos. We win for you.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do? Call 222-2222. One good guess.
Cursed romance. Star-crossed lovers.
You better work! Deserves another.
Egyptian writing.
Hieroglyphics.
Wow! I felt like the person shouting wrong answers in the study group.
And another.
Opposite water? Sand.
25 words or less.
You did it again. You're going home with another $10,000.
Weekdays at 9 on Fox 22. Come bowl a few games here at Bangor Brewer Bowling Lanes. We're one of the only Candlepin bowling alley centers in Maine, conveniently located in the heart of Brewer. You always have the opportunity to simply bowl for fun. However, you can also join a league. We have youth leagues, adult and senior leagues. Now don't forget, we also host birthday parties for under $100, and gift certificates are also available. Give us a call right away at 989-3798 to make reservations for your birthday party today.
Don't let scammers ruin your holidays. 'Tis the season for giving to charity, but only after you carefully research the organization. Gift cards are great, but only when purchased from stores you know and trust. If you plan on shopping online using your credit card, carefully monitor your credit card statement to detect unusual charges early. And remember, if it seems too good to be true, it probably is. With these tips in mind, I'm Officer Ash with Bangor PD, and we're here if you need us.
The theme for this round is things associated with Oprah. You get Pictionary. You get Pictionary. You get Pictionary.
Weekdays at 10 on Fox 22.
Adam Driver battles prehistoric creatures, Ghostface heads to New York City, and more. Here's Fox's Ashley Dvorkin with the latest from the Hollywood Nation.
Ghostface returns, Handler's new comedy special, and more nominees announced in the Hollywood Nation. Everything Everywhere All at Once leads the film nominees for the 2023 Critics' Choice Awards. The multiverse-bending drama scored 14 nominations, including Best Picture, Best Comedy, and Best Actress for Michelle Yeoh. Steven Spielberg's semi-autobiographical The Fabelmans followed with 11 nods. And the all-star period drama Babylon and the Irish tragic comedy The Banshees of Inisherin received 9 each. Chelsea Handler will host the ceremony, airing live from Los Angeles on the CW January 15th. Ahead of her award show hosting duties, Chelsea Handler is going for more laughs on Netflix with her new stand-up special, Revolution. The streamer released a clip that gives a sneak peek of the award-winning comedian talking about remaining childless. It premieres December 27th.
I don't know where we are.
Adding to today's first looks is the new sci-fi survival thriller 65. The film features Adam Driver as an astronaut who crash lands on Earth 65 million years ago and finds himself alongside a young survivor in an epic battle against the dinosaurs, hunting them down. The film arrives in theaters March 10th. And Ghostface heads to the Big Apple in the first trailer to Scream 6. The next chapter centers on a killer wearing the famous mask, stalking the survivors of the previous film in New York City. Melissa Barrera, Jasmine Savoy Brown, Mason Gooding, and Jenna Ortega reprise their roles. It debuts in theaters March 10th. In Hollywood, Ashley Dvorkin, Fox News.
Cardiologists pay special attention this time of year as stress, too much salt, and maybe too much alcohol can cause what's known as holiday heart. A lot of stress can lead to an irregular heartbeat known as atrial fibrillation, which can lead to stroke. Cardiologists say anyone who experiences a shortness of breath or any type of chest discomfort should seek immediate medical attention. The best way to avoid the so-called holiday heart, according to cardiologists, is to avoid excessive amounts of alcohol, coffee, and salt.
I don't think I'm going to have a lot of luck avoiding excessive coffee, but in any case, Grubhub is releasing its 2022 delivered report to show the country what they ordered the most. Burritos were the #1 order, with cheeseburgers, cheese pizza, pad thai, and chicken quesadilla rounding out the top 5. Burritos were also the top lunch order, while tiramisu was #1 among desserts. In terms of coffee, here we go. Iced was the most preferred choice, and oat milk was the most used milk alternative. The report is based on orders on the platform from January to November.
It's a big year for oat milk. Meanwhile, if you're a fan of the cereal Fruit Loops, then this company has a big treat for you. Brooklyn-based art collective Mischief has created its version of the popular cereal, and it's selling a single giant Fruit Loop for $19.99. It weighs about a half a pound or about a half a box of the regular cereal. The loop is available on the Big Fruit Loop website, bigfruitloop.com. Starting on December 19th, the color will be chosen at random, so don't get to customize that aspect, but nevertheless, you get a giant Fruit Loop. Do you eat it? Do you hang it on the wall? What do you do with that?
For posterity, I'm not sure. I think I just kind of want a bowl of Fruit Loops
Douse it
that
with
fit on my spoon.
Yeah, you put some oat milk on there.
You actually spoke the words. It was a big year.
It was. Oat milk exploded. Did you hear about oat milk before like 2022? I feel like it really.
I guess not as much.
It came into its own this last year. Yeah.
Well, it's nice to have choices.
It really is.
Yeah.
It really is. I like it.
All righty, folks. Well, that's going to do it for us from everyone here at Fox 22. Take care and have a great night.
Good night, everyone.
Drink your oat milk.
For more local news coverage, switch over to our sister station, ABC7, right now for ABC7 News at 11.
Your foundation doesn't improve the